To start over again, hello, I'm Matthew Olowicki, co-founder and CEO of Sympl, and today I stand before you humbly as a Division I student athlete, a former struggling college student, and now a founder in technology, and so it's been quite the journey for our team. And retention is key, especially when we think about higher education, and so I have something crazy to tell you. I hope you brought your notebooks and pens too. Our nation has the highest college dropout rate out of any other country on the globe. And thank you to College Atlas for helping me emphasize the point with this image. But on average, 56% of students that enroll at our nation's four-year institutions fail to graduate and often drop out by their sixth year of college. And aside from financial reasons, time or lack thereof is to blame. It's been cited that failure to balance school, work, and extracurricular activities is one of the top reasons why a student chooses to drop out of college. Now, school, a job, and being involved on campus, those are all three important and positive things. And so how could they be so detrimental to a student once factored together? Let's take a deeper look. According to the National Center for Educational Statistics, on average, 71% of total undergrads work. 1 in 5 work full-time. Now, that's 40 plus hours a week spent on work alone. They may have campus org meetings and then time to sleep a little bit. And so how much time does a college student actually have to spend on their education? And that question is a little less crazy right now. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average college student only has about 2.8 hours a day to spend on educational activities. That's both inside of the classroom and out of the classroom. And that's not a lot of time at all. And I can tell you it's the same exact way for student athletes. Once class is over, we have a small window of time before we have to get on to the next thing, be it practice or getting to work. And so that limited time leaves us limited in the ways that we can get help and resources once we leave the classroom. You know, with no time to waste, that means we don't have time to wait for responses to emails. We don't have time to wait in order to get answers or help. Cengage Learning conducted a study, and the results showed that 96% of students prefer emailing their professor as their primary way of getting help while outside of the classroom. And they expect a response time of 1 to 6 hours. That sounds pretty reasonable. Can we agree? 1 to 6 hours response time? In that same study, 80% of professors said that this was impossible. They said that they need, on average, 24 hours at least to respond to a student's email. So you mean to tell me at the point in time when a college student is ready to study or ready to do their homework, they could be delayed an hour just because they have questions? That's not even factoring in lecture classes, the professors that are responsible for 100, upwards of 500 plus students. How much time would they need then to respond? And this is no exaggeration. I had a class with 750 kids in it while I was in college, and my professor never responded. It was frustrating. And so what do? What is the solution to this problem? Well, for one, we have to eliminate the time that college students currently have to spend searching for help or waiting for getting answers to the questions that they have. And then we must open up a door and make it possible for them to use classmates and their peers as primary academic resources. Now, the Sympl platform makes it possible for busy college students to stay on top of their academic work by reducing the amount of time they spend searching for what's due and increasing the amount of time they spend actually reviewing the material. Students no longer have to wait to log onto their school's website or LMS system to see what's due. They're provided with a news feed that highlights all upcoming homework and exams and quizzes for their classes. Their best and only option now isn't emailing their professor and waiting for a response. On the Sympl platform, they're provided with class roster lists for each of their courses. And so now if they have a question throughout the study process, they have a list of other student peers that they can reach out to. And the main feature for us and what we focus on is collaborative learning. Our platform features a map of the user's campus that highlights active study groups that have been created by their peers and classmates. And so now if they're at home and they're looking to engage with students, they no longer have to go on social media to search for who's in their class. Everything is provided at their fingertips. And so to sum it up, students now know what's coming up in class, who is in their class, and who is actively studying in their classes through the Sympl app. And this right here makes us different from a lot of the other companies in our marketplace They focus on providing supplemental materials like flashcards and study guides to students, but they overlook the easiest and most important resource to a student, and that's the person, the peer sitting in the same class as them, learning the same material from the same teacher. Now, our market is big with 17 million plus students involved with either a job or extracurricular activities on campus. And we plan on reaching them by integrating with third-party enterprise applications. Now, we launched the beta in September of last year at Michigan State University in 5 classes in which we had 936 daily active users. And in the springtime, we expanded to 10 classes, and we have a little bit over 1,800 students. And not only did the students love the overall convenience that the Sympl platform brought to their lives, but so did the professors. We had the opportunity to test the platform in online classes, smaller 30 to 40 student classes, and also a large 500-person lecture class. And this is what Professor Carl Gu had to say about the platform. If we could hear him.
Without having to log into D2L.
We got to hear that one again.
Students can find out right away without having to log into D2L. What the assignment is, when it's due.
Which is big. A lot of professors and students don't like the task that it takes in order to find out what's due in class by using D2L. And so our revenue model, we have a B2C SaaS model in which the platform is offered for $1 a month. This opened up the doors for us to market to the parents that have students in high school that will be making that transition on to college. We chose $1 a month because that number is not really scary, and we understand that the true value is in having the students on the platform themselves, especially in a time like now when the House is passing bills like the Prosper Act, which will leave universities responsible for paying aid back to the government for the students that drop out of college. Institutions of all sizes, be it community colleges, historically black colleges, they need a platform, they need a way to keep students enrolled and on board in college long enough to avoid having to pay these fees back. And the only way to do that is to build a campus community and to start that at the root, which is the classroom. Now, this is the team that's built this platform, and it's our life experiences that brought us together. Mark, our co-founder, marketing director, we were teammates on the football team at Michigan State. We were both creative advertising majors, Rose Bowl champ, 2-time Cotton Bowl champ, 2-time Big Ten champ. Jacob Sock, he's our CTO. We actually went to high school together, didn't have much of a relationship back then, but it was a Sympl platform that brought us together. And so today, we have an open seed round of $750,000. We're ready to go. This platform's built. We had a successful beta in which we were able to test the platforms in different class settings. And right now, we're ready to launch at about 15 classes, 15 universities this upcoming school semester. And so we'll use this seed round money to go towards marketing. With our demographic being college, what we've learned is that the best way to reach them is by getting onto the campuses and engaging with them directly. And we will also use this money to grow our team, expand our technology, and for a humble number, we believe that we'll be able to lock down and solidify 250,000 users. And so we've identified a problem that's here to stay unless someone steps up and does something about it, which is exactly what we're doing. We like to look at this as a lot more than a business opportunity, but this is a chance to really leave a mark in history, especially when it comes to education. It'll be around for a long time. And when we talk about problems like the college dropout rate and how it increases year after year, resources, learning resources, and college has to become more accessible to students. And the best way to do that is through the Sympl app, collaborative learning, allowing them to use social learning to come together and solve their academic problems. Thank you.